This is Enginuity. In this episode, the latest in crash tests, Jaguar does the loop-the-loop, and trading the track for the dunes. But first, can't afford that supercar? Would like to take one for a spin? Why not try a virtual Lamborghini? Samsung has teamed up with Lamborghini to give you that driving sensation with the virtual 3D technology Samsung Gear VR, giving a full sensory experience of driving in a Lamborghini Huracan. See what a few fans have to say.
Wow. Unbelievable. Crazy experience. Was totally amazing.
Interessantissimo. I saw something really interesting. This is the reality. It makes me really involved.
I could feel the speed going hard into the corner, left, right. Sound is totally real. I mean, you can hear the engine when you accelerate.
I feel that the movement of the sound, you can have the perception of the real car.
Unbelievable. Great experience.
It's really immersive.
Can't explain, it's crazy. You have to try.
Good crashworthiness and improved availability of front crash prevention systems resulted in some top ratings in the latest round of Euro NCAP's crash tests. Out of 9 new models released this month, 7 earn the top rating of 5 stars and 2 earn a rating of 4 stars. The Audi Q7 luxury SUV gained a 5-star rating with front and side head and chest airbags, belt pretensioners, load limiters plus safety assist electronics, including autonomous emergency braking. The new Toyota Avensis and Renault Kadjar, both delivering an excellent safety performance across the board. The Mazda CX-3 and the pickup Mitsubishi L200 offer good overall safety, but are rated 4 stars because the Mazda CX-3 only offers AEB as an optional extra, and the L200 has none to offer. The top ratings for the VW Touran and Ford's Galaxy and S-Max MPV siblings are good news for families with kids, offering at least 2 rear seating positions compliant with the latest I-size standard for child restraints. The Volvo XC90 went head-to-head with the Audi Q7, both acing the latest crashworthiness requirements. But it was the XC90 that made the biggest impression by earning full marks in the crash avoidance and driver assistance tests. Good occupant protection is still the backbone of a top rating score. But the availability and performance of avoidance and driver support systems that will ultimately pave the way for highly automated vehicles is becoming increasingly important. Bentley have introduced their 2016 model luxury SUV, the Bentayga. The Bentayga is taking luxury to new places, combining Bentley's British luxury manufacturer with impressive on- and off-road capability. It is named after the world's largest transcontinental snow forest, the taiga.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Bentayga is the most powerful, the most luxurious, and the most exclusive SUV in the world. And with a top speed of 301 kilometers per hour, it's also the fastest. It is designed, engineered, and handcrafted in Crewe, a true showcase of British modern luxury. Owners will enjoy spending time with friends and family in the most refined and luxurious SUV, wherever in the world that journey takes them.
Not to be outdone, Jaguar's new SUV, the F-Pace, is the marque's first performance crossover and family sports car. It is also poised to defy gravity and enter the Guinness Book of Records.
Today we're here to see the rehearsal for the global reveal for that product, which will involve the car looping round a 19.2 metre world record breaking loop-the-loop. Now, F-Pace is hugely important for Jaguar as a brand, and we wanted to do something really dynamic to launch the car.
We're here at Brentwater today. It's the final rehearsals, and as well the bit of point proving by myself and the team that's been behind this, really, to make sure it's possible to, the challenge is to get through the world's biggest loop. We're just dialing everything in before everything gets packed up, shipped off on the trucks out to Frankfurt, and then we perform it for real in front of the world's media, which is really exciting.
The new F-Pace is our first Jaguar SUV. It's a 5-seater family car, but it's a remarkable car because it still looks and feels like a Jaguar. It's all capability of an SUV, all-wheel drive, very practical car, but with marvellous technology, aluminium structure, of course, and it really does look like a Jag. It drives like a Jag as well, which is really very impressive. I've driven the car. It's a fantastic car to drive, and you don't feel like you're driving something of this type. It really feels like a sports car.
I have driven racing cars all over the world on all circuits on this planet, but to do a looping, I don't think I would have been man enough to do it. I'd be scared, and so I was mighty surprised to see that this is what's going to happen here.
But we at Jaguar like to launch cars with a bang. This is why we're doing something special, and we wanted to break a world record.
Just witnessed the new Guinness World Records title for the largest loop-the-loop in a car. It's measured on the diameter of the loop. Jaguar and Terry have just beaten the record with a new diameter of 19.08 metres.
I love driving the loop because visually it's so spectacular. It's almost like, no way, that's a computer game or that's a camera trick.
The Sega going to look, it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. The tension and the atmosphere, it was just amazing, absolutely amazing. I'm not sure I want to rush into it again now. It was scary.
The vehicle requirements to pull off a challenge like this, I need the agility, I need lightweight. As you see, this is a big car, but it's so light. That's a production car straight off the production line.
have this agile car. The customer wants to have a strong car, a car which is safe. And I guess the F-Pace demonstrated and provides evidence that these kind of goals, contradicting goals, can be achieved.
I'm very proud of achieving this record with the F-Pace and with Jaguar because basically I'm now part of Jaguar's history.
Can Chinese car makers compete with foreign brands? Have they reached the same level of quality as the typical joint venture production model? According to comments from Chinese consumers, the answer is a resounding yes. A recent article in the international best-selling car blogs by Matt Gasner, entitled Most Impressive Chinese Car Makers, gave a detailed introduction to various manufacturers and listed the 35 most impressive Chinese-made cars. So, we looked at the top 10 and interviewed some relevant company representatives and consumers. It's horses for courses, of course, but there's plenty to be learned by looking at the perception of the Chinese automotive industry in the eyes of international buyers. The following are the top 10 Chinese car brands as given by Best Selling Car Blog, together with their own thoughts and opinions. Number 1. Haval. Haval is Great Wall Motors' version of the city utility vehicle. It has been exported to the European Union since the beginning of 2006 and has made its mark on the international market. Haval is the flagship car of Great Wall. In 2009, Great Wall redesigned its SUV portfolio, switching to the H Series. This has played a big role in promoting the Haval for market sales, and it has been the national SUV sales champion ever since, earning its special place in drivers' hearts.
长城汽车表现也非常好，长城的 H9， 它就跟丰田的霸道，很接近，但是价格很优惠。
长城哈弗这几年应该是卖的比较火，哈弗 H6那个就是越野性能啊，各方面的空间呀、操控啊、越野的过水啊，这种涉水的性能，我觉得各方面都是应该要高于那个普拉多，10几万的价位，想买到这款车应该是超值的。
Number 2, Geely. Geely Automotive has been accelerating fast within the Chinese automobile marketplace. The comparative benefits of taking home a Volvo were until recently clear to everyone. The GC9 is now taking Geely to a whole new level and giving all other Chinese manufacturers a lift with it. It's now fully armed to compete with overseas models. Number 3, BYD. BYD's performance last year was impressive. No surprises there, as it is essentially copied the success of Lexus S6 RX. This year, the company returned to its main area of expertise, new energy vehicles. Its two hybrid SUV models, Song and Yuan, take just 4.9 seconds to accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour. Perhaps the biggest distinction are those names, taken from Chinese dynasties, a fresher approach than the usual dull letter and number combo. As a company founded on unwavering beliefs in the electric battery, BYD's mission remains to be a leader of the new energy vehicle industry.
比亚迪未来发展肯定是往新能源那方面发展，现在有E6，马上这不是现在比亚迪跟戴勒姆合作出的腾势，加上一个唐，再加上现在上海跟深圳卖特好的秦，所以现在比亚迪每年的不管是油电混合还是纯电动的汽车，都是每年在逐步递增。
Number 4, Hongqi. The international perception of Chinese luxury car brands may still be sputtering, but the Hongqi LS5 proved to be a popular SUV at the last Shanghai Auto Show. Unlike the company's H7 sedan, it has a bit more personality and includes some distinctive Chinese elements. Number 5, Leopard. At last year's Beijing Auto Show, the Leopard military vehicle drew quite a few eyeballs. The Leopard CS10 is not exactly a marvel of creative design, but the interior decoration and external appearance are well balanced. Number 6, Quaros. Toros, a joint venture with Chery and Israeli-backed investment. Although the product has reached European standards, sales forecasts are not optimistic. A foray into the European market in 2014 saw only 39 sold. The Chinese market sales volume has so far been less than 4,000. Number 7. Chang'an. Chang'an is Ford's partner in China and has proved to be a confident player. The Chang'an CS75 and Rayton sedan have both entered the ranks of the best Chinese car models. Number 8. SoEast. SoEast has made great breakthroughs in its cooperation with Mitsubishi. Its first SUV, the DX7, arrived at a good time, and its interior looks both luxurious and rather expensive. Its cooperation with Mitsubishi may have weakened the influence of the SoEast automotive brand, however. Number 9. Baojun. At last year's Beijing Auto Show, this low-end brand, Baojun, a joint venture between SAIC and General Motors, released the 730 MPV. Sales have reached more than 3 million units. What surprised us was that at the Shanghai Auto Show, Baojun cleared the decks for an SUV, the 560, which might go on to become one of China's best-selling cars. We're looking forward to it speeding onto the mainstream SUV market. Although it's not yet a common sight on Chinese roads compared with similar domestic SUV models, the Baojun 560 has its charms.
这款宝骏560家用大 SUV 同级别品牌里边，就说是对比的话，就说是它有一个超长的车身、超长的轴距，这在同级别车里边其他车型是达不到的。这个是4.620米的车身，2.75米的超长轴距，最小离地间隙202毫米，这通过性是相对好的。
Number 10. Photon. Most Chinese manufacturers are focused on the bottom line and forget to highlight their own unique position in the industry. Not so the Photon. The Photon and Daimler joint venture production Almay heavy trucks can be seen on almost every construction site in China. The addition of the pickup truck for export overseas makes this brand unique in China and earns it the 10th spot. So that was the top 10 Chinese car brands. Trailing behind are Dongfeng, GAC, Rowe, and a few other strugglers. Clearly for Chinese brands that have not yet fully developed their overseas potential, auto shows have become an important means to garner attention from foreign media. When as many as 35 Chinese brands are listed by an international website, we can see that Chinese car makers have come a long, long way. In fact, it's almost hard to keep up.
Philipp Eng has made motor racing history. The Project One Ace is the first driver to retain the title in the Porsche Carrera Cup, and he's done it with 4 races to spare. I am unbelievably happy. I haven't had a single retirement this season and no technical defects. I want to thank my team and Porsche for providing us with such solid cars. It's been an unbelievable season. Standing here as a champion 4 races from the end is unbelievable.
Hier als Meister zu stehen ist unglaublich.
At the Oschersleben meeting, he took a giant stride towards the title in the first race, because Christopher Zechling in the turquoise and white 911 contrived to take out all Eng's rivals in the very first corner. Unfortunately, I messed up the braking slightly in turn 1, the rear end got away and I ran into the side of someone else, setting off a chain reaction. I didn't do very well there. Race 2 was effectively a victory parade for Eng, who won it by a full 3 seconds and sealed the Drivers' Championship. The 25-year-old has dominated this season, finishing on the podium in every race and winning 7 of the 11 races so far. At the Nürburgring 2 weeks from now, Eng's rivals will have to focus their energy on the battle for the runners-up spot.